So there's actually a part 2 to the story about when the Congresswoman visited the detention center up in Baldwin. Okay, so if you haven't seen my other video about my experience and how that affected myself and my clients, it's on my page. But basically, I'm an attorney. I help individuals get out of ICE detention. And one day, the Congresswomen were visiting. This is up in Michigan, in Baldwin. And there's one Congresswoman from the west side of Michigan, one from the east side. They were there doing some kind of congressional thing. I don't know. They were there. So I ran into them as they were walking out. I chatted with them, go in, watch the video. And it's a little windy, so we'll go over here. There's another part to this, okay? And this part is actually wildly messed up, and I do have permission to share this story, but I'm not gonna share the full details. But during their visit, they were meeting with a client of mine. So they just wanted to know what the conditions were like, what was going on. Now, this client in particular had been in the U.S. for 30 years, okay? He came as a baby, a refugee child, lived here his whole life, okay? I'm gonna leave some key details about this person out. But anyway, I'm gonna use a country that he's not from as an example. So we'll say he's from Kosovo, all right? So refugee family from Kosovo, and came to the U.S., all this stuff. Now, there was a lawsuit in 2018, and again, it's not Kosovo, but it was a lawsuit for people from Kosovo who came under similar circumstances, okay? So because of that, this client of mine had a different immigration case than the standard person in the Baldwin ICE detention center. So he was going through a different process, and I was meeting with him. We were trying to figure out a way for him to get status, because he was also, I should mention, detained in Baldwin for about 9 months, or detained by ICE, I should say, for 9 months. This is an American dude for all intents and purposes. Doesn't speak, I'll say Arabic. Doesn't speak Arabic. Doesn't speak any other language. He grew up here. He has no family in Kosovo, and is just as American as you and I. And he was locked in this jail for a long time. So we were working through it with him, and so this particular day, he met with the Congress people for a long time, because he was one of the few people in Baldwin that spoke English. He's one of the few detainees that kind of could communicate and let Congress people know what was going on.